So Jake Tapper. Oh my god. So the left will really do anything and throw anyone and their own under the bus to try to save some face from a dwindling audience. So Jake Tapper is making the rounds, promoting his new book, and has the nerve to act like he and the left wing media didn't know Biden was senile. So Jake Tapper's book is on Biden's cognitive decline and the cover up about it. From the White House. A cover up from the White House. I mean, you just can't make this stuff up. And the left is really gonna sit there and act like they didn't know Biden was on another planet. Listen to Jake Tapper in this interview clip trying to make his case.
I'm just curious as to whether or not this kind of trying to hide what was happening with the president at the time had an impact on the press corps. Like, why didn't we hear some of these details from what they actually saw and were dealing with trying to get information?
Well, Alex Thompson and I were on the case, as were lots of other reporters, trying to figure out what was going on behind the scenes. But the bottom line is the White House was lying, not only to the press, not only to the public, but they were lying to members of their own cabinet. They were lying to White House staffers. They were lying to Democratic members of Congress, to donors about how bad things had gotten. And in fact, Alex and I started writing this book after the election of 2024. And we spoke with more than 200 people, most of whom, almost all of whom, were Democrats, and almost all of whom wouldn't be honest with us or wouldn't be candid with us until after the election. And then after the election, we found out all of these things that when you looked at what was going on with President Biden at the time, it probably doesn't surprise you the extent to which he was deteriorating. But now we have anecdotes and facts about what was really going on behind the scenes with details that Democrats wouldn't share with us until after Election Day.
What was that? I mean, I don't even know what to say. Okay, but here's Jake Tapper before the election.
How do you think it makes little kids with stutters feel when they see you make a comment like that?
It's very clearly a cognitive decline.
Okay.
That's what I'm referring to. It makes me uncomfortable.
You have no. I can't. It's so amazing. It's so amazing to me that
try and figure out an answer.
A cognitive decline. President Biden embraces his stutter, talking about it, while Trump mocks it, exaggerates it, belittles it. He's sharp physically. I mean, mentally. Yeah. I think the question is physically, right?
Right.
More so?
Right.
Right. And the guy who's his chief opponent is only 3 or 4 years younger than him.
Exactly.
And false claims to the Wall Street Journal about President Biden's mental fitness and acuity. He's 81, and his memory, it doesn't seem great. It's not horrible, but I don't understand the outrage. Quote, behind closed doors, Biden shows signs of slipping, unquote. The Wall Street Journal is owned by News Corp, which is run by the Murdochs. Beyond the headline, there is some critical nuance here. The article is mostly based on observations of Republicans, with former Speaker Kevin McCarthy the only one going on the record. They do note in the article that most of the criticism comes from Republicans. Have you heard any concerns from anyone who has met with President Biden about him seeming a little slower?
No.
Right, so on one hand, you got Jake Tapper trying to make money on selling the fact that Biden was sharp as a tack, and now he's trying to make money on saying that the White House lied to all the media. Oh, except for the right-wing media, of course. So what you're really saying is that you're a shit journalist, and you just spew left-wing propaganda whenever it suits you. And now you're trying to cover it up and act like you and the rest of the left-wing media didn't even know Biden was gone and didn't know what was happening and that you were just getting the information from the White House. I mean, this is really just another new low for them. And I'm not going to lie, I didn't even see this one coming. Fake news at its best.